In this video, we are going to look at Autogen's auto-build new release called the Build from Library, which helps users build an automatic task-solving process powered by a multi-agent system from a predefined agent library. So you were able to make a list of all the agents or the teams that you desire, and the LLM will make a choice of the right agents for each task. So I already have videos on auto-build, so you can get that in my videos. All right, so auto build is used in building multi-agent system automatically and faster, and that is used for complex tasks with minimal user prompt required, and it is powered by or designed by the class agent builder. So in this case, it requires no control of a user, and it sometimes results or agents sometimes may not be what you wanted. So specifically in build from library, we are able to prompt an LLM to explore useful agents from a predefined agent library. So generating configurations for those agents for a group chat to solve the user's task. So we are going to look at how this tool is used, and I've already tested it out, which seems or provides more useful output. All right, so here is my VS Code, and we are going to need to pip install these packages. So in here, create a new terminal. So I'm going to say new terminal. All right, so you need to pip install the latest version of Autogen from here. So I've already installed that. So I'm going to install it again. So when you hit enter, it's going to install that for you. All right, so the next thing is you pip install this package. So you can run that by install as a requirement txt. And when you hit enter, it should install the auto build through the Autogen. All right, so I'm going to clean this up. So the next thing is, I've already run this. I'm going to walk you through that. All right, go back here. Okay, so what we're going to need now is to import Autogen. Okay, before I do that, we need our config list. So in here is our config list. So we are using the GPT-4 preview, and here's my API key. So we get it from the OpenAI API key. All right, and when that is done, go to app.py. So we import Autogen, and we import JSON, we import Autogen agent chat, contrib.agent builder. So we import the agent builder as the class, and we specify the config path, the default config, the LLM config, which is going to include the LLM configuration. So we call the path. So the path is going to be here. It's the config path, and the config list, we are passing our config path, and the LLM config, we set temperature to be 0, and we create a function called the start task. So we pass the execution task. That is what we are going to use to run. Pass that to the LLM. So execution task is what we want to do, And the agent list is what we are going to create, the agents that will be responsible to accomplish the task. So we create a group chat and we pass the group chat and we say agents go to agent list and we pass our message as a list and the maximum round is going to be 12. And we call a manager, create a variable called the manager, and we pass the group chat manager. So we pass our group chat, we pass the config list, and we pass the config list in here. All right, and the next thing is to pass our agent list and we initiate it. So we initiate the agents list and we pass the manager and the execution task. So now we define the prompt template and a list of the agent name. All right, so I'll walk you through that. So in here is we generate an agent library. Okay, so before we do that, we pass the prompt template. So this is what we put in a prompt template. So we are saying that considering the following positions, so we're able to pass whatever prompt you want to be passed to the LLM. So we are saying that what requirements should this position be satisfied. So we can give a hint. So we can say your answer should be in one sentence. Your answer should be natural, starting from as people with the above position need to complete a task given by a leader, colleague, and the modified requirement should not contain the code interpreter skill. The coding skill is limited to Python. All right, so now I want to generate an agent library. So this is where you can specify any agent that comes in mind and you think is really important for the task. Right, so in here, a library, we generate an agent library. So the library contains each agent's name and profile. And the profile is a brief introduction about agents' characteristics. So we will put all the agents' name and the profile into the model and we let the model choose the best agent for us. So each agent's profile should be simple and capable. So we will further complete the selected agent's system message based on the agent's name and the short profile. So we are going to assign this to create a profile for each agent. All right, and the LLM is going to do that for us. So the LLM is going to select each agent that seems important for each of the tasks. So this way you have control over the agents that you are working with. So we are saying that prompt, so we are creating prompt the model to generate each agent's profile. So this code is going to generate each agent and a profile. So we are saying that build, we are passing OpenAI wrapper from Autogen, all right, and the system list. So we are going to assign each of the profile and each of the agent for each task. So we create a loop. So for each position list, we are passing the user and we want to pass the create a content. So it's going to generate the profile for each of the agents. Right, so we append the name and the profile. So when we print that, I'm going to show you how this looks. It looks a little bit messy here, but I'm going to show you. All right, okay, I'm going to show you in a second. So we save the generated agent information into a JSON in here. So, right, so we create a variable for that and we store it. So as you can see, this is the output for each of the agent and the profile. So this is what the model did for us, selecting the right agent for the right task. So the marketing, as a marketing specialist, the candidate needs to possess strong collaboration skills to effectively work within the group chat, complete tasks assigned by leaders or colleagues, and engage with team members from various departments while having basic Python knowledge for task automation and data analysis without requiring advanced code interpretation abilities. So it does for sales, it does for software developer, and it does for data analyst, for product manager, critic manager, for programmer, IT specialist, cybersecurity, artificial intelligence engineer, and financial analyst. So these are the agents that I actually pass to the LLM to generate profile for each of them and select the right agent for each task. All right, so let's get back. Okay, so now this is the building task. We are saying that conceptualize a software. So we are going to build a SaaS product or solution. So we are saying that conceptualize a software as a service solution tailored to optimize and streamline supply chain management process for businesses. Consider features that enhance real-time visibility, collaboration, and efficiency within the supply chain, emphasizing cloud-based accessibility and scalability. Okay, so the next thing is we can call the build from library from the auto builder to generate a list of agents from the library and let them complete the user's execution task in the group. So we are going to call the library build from library from the Autogen from the agent builder. Okay, so this is the code for that. So we are passing our we are passing the config file from the config path that we've created here. Already created that here, the config path, and we are passing the builder model, the GPT-4, and the agent list. So we are creating the agent list. So we are calling the build from library, and we are passing the building task. All right, so this is the building task. The building task conceptualized software, and we are passing the library path or JSON file that we've created here, and the LLM config. Okay, all right, and now we call our function the start task that we've created up here. And we are passing the execution task and the agent list. All right, so these are going to do the magic for us. All right, so we are saying the execution task, we passing the task, and we passing the agent list, and we say new builder dot clear all agents. All right, simple. So that's it. So now when we run it, if we already run it, I'm going to walk you through the solution. All right, so it starts saying looking for suitable agents in library. So it selected the software developer, project manager, data analyst, cybersecurity are selected. So this is what it actually did from the list of agents that I actually gave them. Passed the model. I passed about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Passed 11 agents, and the model selected 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. Selected 4 to accomplish the task. All right, so it's preparing the software developer, the project manager, data analyst. So it's creating agent software developer with the model, and now it's using adding the user console proxy to the manager. So it's passing the conceptualize a software as a service solution tailored to, so this is the prompt. And moving on to the product manager to conceptualize a SaaS solution for supply chain management optimization, we need to focus on several key features that addresses the common pain points in supply chain operations. So here is an outline of the product vision and the features that could be included. So the project manager is giving out the instructions on how the task should be accomplished. So we said we need a product vision to create a comprehensive cloud-based SaaS platform that enables businesses to optimize their supply chain operations through the real visibility, predictive analytics, and collaborative tools, leading to increased efficiency, reduce cost, and improve. All right, so it's giving us the key features. It's giving us the key features as dashboard analytics, real-time tracking of inventory under the dashboard and analytics of inventory levels, shipment, and other status. Right, customizable report and alerts for critical metrics and KPIs. Okay, collaboration tools, inventory, order management, supplier and vendor management, user experience and accessibility, scalability and customization. Right. So let's move on to, and it says next step is market research. So we need to conduct market research to understand the specific needs of the target customers and identifiable gaps in the current market offerings. All right. So and it's giving us the data analysis for that, the MVP development. And so as we move forward, we will need to gather and analyze data to support our decision if we require a specific data set or need to understand data trend. So here is the data analyst. I think the data analyst has some features or task that actually is similar to the cybersecurity. I think that is why the data analyst and is addressed the same as the cybersecurity expert in the team. So I think that is the reason why. Right. So he says that as the cybersecurity experts in the team, I will focus on ensuring that our SaaS solution is secure and that the data protection is a top priority. Here are some cybersecurity consideration and act. All right, so the model decided to choose that, and it has some data encryption, access control, secure coding practices, regular security audit, data privacy, incident response plan, monitoring and logging, API security, dependency management, backup, and disaster recovery. And it's giving action items for that. All right. Okay, and the software developer here, I have a software. As a software, I will begin by setting up a fundamental code structure and aligns with the outline features and cybersecurity consideration. I will ensure that the code base is modular. All right, so the software developer giving out his own task, and he's going to start with focusing on flowing key component, API structure, the database connection, authentication services, and all that. All right, and writing out some code. So I'll start by setting up a basic project structure with Flask. A highlights a lightweight web application framework. Just writing out some code and displaying the code snippet. Setting up a Flask application with a simple endpoint that requires a pong message. All right. Yeah, and said connecting it to progressive code. All right, and it said he's going to work on expanding the structure to include authentication, encryption, and other further improving the product, right? And as you can see, the there were a timeout because we need to install the Flask. It was trying to actually run the code, which did not work, and the software developer, it appears that the Flask model is not installed. So resolve the issue, we need to install Flask, pip install Flask, and once the Flask is installed, we can provide for the further purpose. So let's assume the Flask all right. It's actually trying to install and run the application, and project manager said understood. Guys, I don't want to bore you reading all this information here. So as you run it, you can go through that and see how this thing works. All right. And when it's done, it said all agents have been cleared. All right. Okay, guys. So this was all that I wanted to show you. So do you play around with it and let me know what you think about this tool. All right. I hope you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and share. See you in the next one.